Hey everybody. Yeah, you see the title down below, and I was just thinking about this today, and well, actually thinking about it for a while, but more so today. You know, with all the talk of anniversaries and stuff going on and milestones, it's hard to believe, with me on my YouTube channel, I'm about 10 videos away as we speak. Maybe 9 videos, but 9 or 8 videos, depending on when you listen to this. But basically around 10 to maybe 9 videos away from 5,000 uploaded, and that's saying something. 5,000 in what? Not even almost 5 years? Not even that. Going on 5. That's saying something. But that's not the only milestone this year that I've actually reached. Now, you all know that I'm a fan of the comic, of Sonic the Hedgehog comic book. In fact, most of my videos are fan vids based around the comic, as well as reviews, opinions, and stuff like that. Well, it's going to be hard to believe that as of my most recent issue that I got in the mail, which was 247, which ended my subscription, my most recent year-long subscription. It's hard to believe that with 247, which was the final issue in my most recent subscription, my new subscription, my new current one will start up at the end of this month. But it's hard to believe that as of 247, I've been a subscriber for 175 issues straight. I am not joking. And this is not counting the collector packs that I got of the issues that came previously before issue 72. Because I do have a collector's pack on that too, so go figure. But anyway, like I said though, in all honesty, 175 issues straight as a subscriber. And that's hard to believe. If you don't believe me, I have a Photobucket page. If you want to go to that, and you can see for yourself that I've been a subscriber for that long. I have been a subscriber for that long. Because I've done some videos back in 2007 that you can see on Photobucket.com. And I think it's BW1979 you can find us at. But, yeah, it's hard to believe that. 175 issues. That's 175 months, people, that I've been a subscriber to this comic. 175 months. Count it. You know how long that is? 175 months ago? Quite over a decade, yeah, quite some time. I mean, think about when issue 72 came out. Yeah, issue 72. Think about it. We had issue 50 in 1997. You had 22 months to that. Exactly. You had 22 months to issue 50, which was around the summer of 97. And you kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about. Yeah. Kind of get the idea. Almost 2 years. 2 years after that. So basically since around late spring, early summer 1999, I've been a subscriber. So I've been a subscriber basically for 175 issues straight. I've been a subscriber for 14 years. And going on 15 with my newest and current subscription starting up at the end of this month. So it's about 15 years I've been subscribing to this comic. 14 as of the most recent subscription, which ended with 247. and going on 15 with the newest one starting with 248. It's, and I'll tell you folks, it's hard to believe that it's been that long. And I can recall many times during my run as a subscriber, well, I've not only have had to email, but I've actually had to call up Archie Comic Publications to order my subscription or to let them know about something about my subscription. I physically have picked up the phone and called them, folks. Heck, I'll even go as far as to tell you this. Back when I was subscribing, I even sent cash. I am not lying. I've sent money orders mostly at times before I started doing it online with my card. With my bank cards and credit cards and all that. But, there were times I even sent in physical money. I'm talking dollar bills. I'm talking 20, 15. I'm talking 10 to $5 bills, 15, $20 bills, you name it. I would send it in. I'm not joking, folks. I'm not joking. I would do it. And this would be along with money orders at times. And all because I wanted to keep my subscription going. And I had to call them up at times to let them know I was doing that. Or I would have to send a letter in the envelope saying that this was the only way I could do it. And they would accept it. They would. And I'm surprised it got to them. The way the post office are, the way people would be greedy for money. I'm surprised it got through to them. But yeah, I went through a lot during my first few years as a subscriber. I did. And it wasn't until recently when I got my bank card with the credit logo on it that I was able to go online from that moment forward and just say, you know what? I'm just going to do it like this and be done with it. I mean, even when I had my bank card with the logo on it, folks, with the logo on it, I still took out that sheet of paper they would send you. That subscription thing that they would send you? I would still take that out. Write in the number of my card. Do all that information and send it in. But I don't do that anymore. I just go straight on my computer. Days after they send it to me, days after they send that envelope saying your current subscription is going to end with such and such issue, days later, I'll get on that computer and I'll go right to the website and I'll reorder my subscription. I'll tell them I'll check off the fact that I'm a current subscriber and be done with it. So there you go. Just end up doing that and just, I continue my subscription. And what's funny is a lot has changed. A lot has changed, if you will. I remember when I first started, they gave you an option of 6 to 12 issues, I think, to subscribe to, and all I could afford at the time was just 6 issues, basically half a year. And then as time went on, I finally was able to afford to do a year's worth. Because I realized that, 6 months was great, but I'd be chalking out almost another whatever price it was at the time just to continue for another 6 months, when even though it cost a little bit more, I could be having a year's worth and I could have enough money on me and I could be using the money that, like I said, I can have that money on me that I'd be using for the next 6 months. I could be using it for something else. So a lot really changed, and like I said, going through what I did to keep it going was quite the journey in itself. Heck, I remember a few times, I remember a few times, not just here in California, But in Kansas, where I ended up getting not just my issue, but I ended up getting somebody else's issue. I would. And I would have to put that issue in the mailbox just to give them the idea that, hey, this isn't where it belongs. This belongs someplace else. And I think maybe once or twice, I think maybe just once or twice I just kept the other issue because I figured, it's their fault for sending it here. They'll probably get notified by the customer. But I think that was about once or twice. All the other times I put them back in the mail because I knew there was people that were expecting them that wanted them. So, and I remember when I moved back here to California, I had to call up Archie Comics and tell them, hey, look, I've moved. Here's my address. Blah blah blah. And they basically told me, okay, that's cool. Just make sure the post office knows about that because when you move, you have to you have to fill out that form of where your next address is going to be, and so and such and such and all that. And thankfully, the issues did arrive here a little late, but they did arrive, and finally things were straightened out to where it just comes straight without no problem whatsoever. In fact, I even remember when I moved to Lawrence, Kansas back in 2000, my dad would tell me, yeah, you still get your issues sent over here, I'll just bring them to you. So he would. And I had to get that straightened out, but it worked out fine there. Again, and just like when I first moved back out here in 2007, when I moved out to Lawrence, Kansas in 2000, I had to call them up and say, hey, I live here now, so just thought I'd let you know. And again, everything worked out in the end. But quite a journey, I'll tell you that. It was quite a journey. There have been a few exceptions to where even when I was still having a current subscription going, then I had to rely on outside sources to keep my subscription going, to kind of keep my, in touch with what was going on, to keep, basically not miss what was going on, not miss an issue and everything. And again, this was in between the times I was still a subscriber. Like when I would, renew my subscription but not be too sure if the payment was going to go through or not, I would basically go to something like Mile High Comics or wherever, or to a local comic shop in Lawrence and buy the issue just so I wouldn't miss out on it. But with that exception, though, the subscriptions most of the time did go through, and I was able to keep up, courtesy of them being mailed to me as part of my subscription as a subscriber. I was able to keep up what was going on. So, again, with those few very minor exceptions, I've been a subscriber basically for 175 issues straight. Because even when I would renew an issue or renew my subscription, even if I missed out on a month that I had to buy an issue, they would send me that previous month's issue in the mail. I'm not lying. When I had the money to resubscribe, they would send me that month's issue in the mail. The very same issue that I had gone to a store and bought, they would send me in the mail. So, it's very hard to, believe that I went through all that. But I did. It's hard to believe that I went through all that, but I did. Just to continue on being a subscriber. So, yeah, it's, again, hard to believe it's been 175 issues that I've been subscribed to the comic for 175 issues, and it's hard to believe that it's going to be It's been 14 years, and it's going to go on 15 years now as a subscriber.